Hey everybody, welcome back to the quickest episode ever of Card Talk, podcast about Lord of the Rings card game. I'm your host, Dave Walsh.
And I'm Ted Bannock, and I love quick episodes. So Here we go.
For those of you who want a little more deets about the card that we're going to be talking about today, you can check out the blog over at cardtalk2018.com. Matt does a great job keeping track of all the cards that we do, and he definitely talks about every card that we review since the blog's inception, so that's pretty good. And we do have Second Breakfast, which is a live playthrough series that Micah does over on our YouTube channel, and we both have the YouTube and the audio feed, so we're all over the place, so that's good. But Ted, what's today's card?
Well, before we talk about today's card, I have a message for the audience.
Okay.
And the message that we want to relay and tell everybody is Dunedain.
Okay. That's what makes it such a quick episode.
Exactly.
It's a quick message.
Card is Dunedain Message. It's a one-cost leadership event. It has the signal trait, and it has the action that says search your deck for a side quest and add it to your hand, shuffle your deck. And Dave and I were just kind of joking about it being a quick episode because the effect itself is very straightforward. And we've talked in some past episodes. We just recently did Double Back. And Matt will be blogging about this too, as long as some other... there's a... right time and wrong time to play side quest is sort of the short version of this. It's like a whole separate topic, but this plays into the side quest mechanic, and its effect is to go find you any side quest that you have in your deck.
Right. And I mean, that's good because, you know, the side quests more than any other type of player card are there's many that are limit one per deck, as opposed to having 3 in your deck or something. You know, some are 3, but many are limit 1, like Double Back. I think
like the first wave.
Right.
There were like 2 waves of side quests, and one is limit 1 per deck. And the second wave, you could have up to 3 copies, but there was limit 1 per victory display.
Right.
So you could only do 1 a game.
Right. So it was, you know, so it's just one of those things. So, you know, so this gave you the opportunity to go find in essence, it gave you extra copies of those side quests that are one of, you know, and that's great. You know, I don't think you're going to put this card in a deck that doesn't have side quests in it. You know, maybe the drawback is that you have to spend 1 to do it. I'm not upset that I have to spend 1, but a lot of the side quests are 0, and it puts it in your hand. So you can't even play off sphere side quests. Like if you had a mono leadership deck, you can't go and find, you know,
like a tactic side quest.
The tactic side quest and put it into play. It's just going to sit in your hand. So, you know, that would be a nice little workaround, and it probably would get played more if that was if that was how it said, you know, put it into play. You know, because the side quests, the cost of a side quest isn't the resource cost. I mean, it is, but, you know, most of them are 0 or 1. The cost is that it, as we talked about in the last episode, is the round and is making sure you clear it in 1 round and make sure, you know, you get those things. So, you know, so I think that if you're going to spend 1, it would be nice to do it off.
Yeah. For the side quest that cost 1, I wish this had put it into play so it didn't cost me the additional resource.
Right.
But you make a great point, Dave, that there are some side quests you want to get sooner than later. And this gives you another option to find them besides the hero that finds them for
Right,
you,
right.
because he's a lore hero, Thurindir. And uh, the only other disappointing thing about this card is that it's traded as Signal,
Are you
right?
thinking what I'm thinking?
Yeah. So the only card that interacts with signals, I was thinking of the leadership attachment called Rune Master,
Right.
that it goes on a ranger leadership hero and it has a response after a signal attachment is attached to
Right.
a hero. You get a resource,
Right.
but this is an event, so it doesn't do anything with that card.
Isn't there one that goes and digs out signals too? Isn't there an ally
Uh,
that goes and digs out signals?
you know what? There is.
Right.
That is the Weather Hills
Hills Watchman,
Watchman,
right? Yep.
and I remember his name. And let me read him real quick
Right.
to see if he will find
Because
Weather Hills Watchman response after Weather Hills Watchman enters play. Search the top five cards you deck for a signal card. So yes, Weather Hills Watchman would get this card if it's in the top five. So
Right.
there's something, and they're in the same sphere. So that's neat.
But are you really going to do that?
Well, if you're trying that hard to find a side quest, that you're playing a card to find a side quest, this card is much like Rise of Skywalker. You have to get the thing to find the thing that finds the thing.
Right. If you're not going to find the thing, you can find the thing that finds the thing, or you could find the thing that finds the thing that finds the thing. Like, yeah. I mean, like you're building in redundancy in your deck to make sure that you get the thing that you need, right? Like, because there are side quests that do a lot of good things. There's the double back that we talked about last week with the 5 reduces 5 threat. There's, the gather information. There's the storm comes. There's there's all sorts of side quests that do neat things. So if you need one of those side quests to, to make your deck sing, then maybe that's it. But I don't know. I just, the long and the short of it is I'm playing side quests right now and I'm not using this card.
Yeah, even in decks I play side quests, I don't think I've ever put this card on the table or in a deck, actually. So I'm speaking, and that's how little this card speaks to me. And I can see its uses, but I think so. There are some side quests that are super beneficial to have at the start of the game. Right. Gather information is up there, and I think the other common one is keep watch. Keep watch is a tactics one that makes non-unique allies get -1 attack. Super beneficial to have those cards out on turn 1. But a lot of times, if those are so important to get out, people just run the hero that does it for them.
Right.
You just go get it.
Right. I mean, prepare for battle is really good. You get to draw an extra card. The first player draws an extra card. Again, as a solo player playing side quests, that's great. I'm getting 2 cards per. I'm getting I'm doing Bilbo every turn, and then if you have,
or you play Bilbo,
right? You play Bilbo, and then he
prepares for battle,
right? Yeah, so
you're basically Aristor.
Yeah, right. And without having to discard anything, so it's like there's some things where you would do this, but I don't know. I do agree. Like, you're just going to pull out the Thurindir, play the side quest, and find the one that you want at the beginning.
Yeah, I feel like this card should be 0.
Right. Or it should put the side quest in play. Like like if it just put it in play and then you don't have to worry about the resource match, that would be the best.
If this card cost 0 and it just went and found me one and put it into play, I think I would see play from me more. But I don't really want to pay 1 to go get it. I'm just gonna make lore and go get it and figure that.
Because I mean, you can draw cards in lore. Like if you're gonna play Thurindir and get the one that you need at the beginning, then you play Daron's Runes, or you play.
Well, I'd rather play like Heed the Dream.
Heed the Dream, right? I mean, right. That's also.
Like, great, search the top 5. Like,
right. It's not the top 5. pay the kicker and go find it anyways,
That's
right?
Isn't that crazy? I'd rather pay the 3 resource kicker on Heed the Dream than pay this card for 1.
Right. Right.
Crazy.
Because Heed the Dream, you can go find anything.
Yes.
Right. It's like Word of Command. You can go find any card.
Right. I'd rather just play an Astari Hero because I love all of them.
Right.
And play Word of Command to go find my side quest.
Right.
Just play this card.
Right.
Because it's so limited. There's just other ways to get it. But like I said, you can find a place for it. If you're really trying to get side quests, you're really trying to get victory points, this helps accelerate that. So you have an option to run, 0 to 3 copies. So there you have it.
Yeah. Yep. And like I said, it gives you extra copies of whatever side quest you need, right? So, yeah. And I feel like there's there's always a card that fishes out these sorts of things, right? Like there's one that goes out and get the King Under the Mountain, not King Under the Mountain, the one that fishes out a guarded card, right? And then there's this one that fishes out
Return
the
King.
Right.
The King's Return.
King's Return, right. Yeah, that's it. And so, but, so this is the same thing. It's in the same sphere, costs the same, it's the same thing. So, yeah, whatever.
But I'm going to build it now. I'm going to build a deck that plays the Watchman to find this card to find side quests. That's what I'm going to do. That's exactly what the deck's going to do.
Tune in next week as we have a 12-card combo that hits.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be a Dunedain deck, and you're going to run Sarnford Sentry, and you're going to draw 12 cards, and then you're not going to need the Weather Hills Watchman to find this card. I don't know. Whatever. We're getting silly.
It's going to be great.
What about the artwork?
Yeah, let's take a look.
Promise the shortest show. So
yeah. I think the artwork it's Dunedain looking, and there appears to be some type of message written in. Don't ask me what language that would be.
Language of the Dunedain.
Dunedain?
Yeah.
I don't know what language that is. Do they have their own? They must have their own.
I think they have their notations that they use, right?
Yeah, which are these signals, right?
Yes.
I think.
Yes,
I don't know. We're not lore experts, but again, it's a depiction of the theme we got going here. It's an accurate representation, I feel like, and I can do a better job. I'll say the same thing like I did on Double Back.
Yeah.
So, but it's not stellar, like the colors or the artwork. It doesn't grab me.
Right. I will say that Dunedain, reading that, looks so much like Angelina Jolie as Lara Croft.
100%.
Tomb Raider. She's got the same lip, eye, and the hair. Not that her hair was braided; it was dark in that, but it's like this is totally Angelina Jolie right here.
Right. So if you want to play Lord of the Rings, the card game, Tomb Raider edition, put this card in your deck.
Exactly. Didn't back in the day? Didn't they have a Babes of Middle Earth deck? Wasn't that
that was a thing?
Tremendously inappropriate, tremendously sexist. But this probably fits into that deck.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. All good stuff. So let's ring it up at the register.
Okay. So for anybody who doesn't know or may have forgotten, we have a highly scientific yet arbitrary system here where we ring a card on a scale from 1 to 10, where 1 is the one card to rule them all, or one of the best cards in the game, and a 10 is the card that we throw back into the fiery chasm from whence it came, or not a very good card. So Ted, I went first last time, so you get to go first this time.
Well, if you want to find side quests, I mean, this is the card that does it, so that gives it some value. I don't generally rate cards low, but I am giving this card an 8. Because even though it has the ability to side quests, there are great benefits to side quests, and getting them sooner is good. But I'm not really appealed by this option to take up deck space. But certain scenarios could merit it for sure.
Yes, and you know what I just thought of? So, Fortress of Nirn, right? The setup for Fortress of Nirn, where you get to search your deck, or where you have to split your deck, and it goes under all the side quests, and
you end up having
cards.
end up having your hand and then a deck of 4 cards.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you have this in your opening hand, you can actually see which 4 cards you have in your deck, and then you could see, if it's even worth trying to play.
Oh,
just
because
to see your deck. Yeah.
So if you like to play the game and you miss looking at the cards in your deck, this card lets you search your deck.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, I really wish I could search my deck.
I just want to
look
see
at all the cards.
I forget which cards are there. Must not be a very good deck if I have Dunedain Message in it in my opening hand. Anyways, that's silly. I mean, I guess it's a use, but nobody's doing that.
It is, and I'm actually
discount that use.
Matt will have some...
Does that change your rating at all?
No, but I'll be curious to read Matt's evaluation actually on this as well, and to see what side quests he uses this, or scenarios he uses this on, over on the blog side.
Yeah, I mean, my rating is I'm going to give this thing a 9, because even when I'm running side quests, it's not even in the same sphere as the side quest hero. So it's like, you have to purposely be running leadership, and you have to be, I guess Thalion could come up, but then you still have to have a leadership to get Thalion to have the right, it's just I don't know. It's just, it misses on a lot of things.
Cost. It needs to be 0 cost neutral, and then I would consider it.
Yeah, or 0 cost even in lore. Put it into Thurndir's, put it in Thurndir's thing. Put it in his sphere, and then then at least you got it right. But I know all the card searching stuff. Not all of it, but there's a lot of card searching stuff that's in leadership. So I don't know. But this thing gets a 9 in my book. So
there you have it.
I don't know. Angelina Jolie, I'm sorry. You're a 9. I don't know if that came out the way that I wanted to, but did it? 9. Okay. Anyways, everybody, that's our very quick show here on Dunedain Message, and catch us again next week as we talk about more cards in the game. Have a great day, everybody.
Do you love the content? Here's what you can do to stay connected. Become a patron. The money collected through Patreon goes into keeping the lights on here at the podcast. We love our patrons, and you can join at many different levels. Visit patreon.com/cardtalk2018. You can subscribe to us, whether you're watching our YouTube channel or you're listening to us in your favorite podcatcher. Hit the subscribe button to get notifications of all our new episodes. Didn't know we were an audio podcast? Find us by searching Card Talk to get access to our 120 plus regular episodes. Didn't know we were a video channel? Find us by searching Card Talk LOTR LCG on YouTube. And there you can find not only our regular episodes, but you can find our bonus playthroughs and other content related to the game. Want to get a hold of Ted, Grant, or myself? Feel free to email the podcast at cardtalk2018@gmail.com.